Oh, hi, we're live one more week. How are you, Liam?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Is it a nice day there? Is it warm?
It's all right. I mean, I have no sleeves today, but it's not actually that warm. I'm just extra Canadian today. I
You're
wear
actually Canadian.
almost nothing, and it never feel cold. So
Oh, yeah, this is shocking. I here's like 28, 29 degrees, but it feels really warm and feels really good. So I'm really excited.
yes, yeah,
So,
it started to warm up finally. It says it's 21 right now apparently. So
okay,
hopefully it'll warm up later today, but
yeah,
nothing too crazy.
nice. Okay. I will so today we're talking about when grammar don't matter and sometimes
Grammar don't matter.
don't.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, one thing that I get asked a lot about is like, oh, this song, it's wrong. Or like Justin Bieber said, like, my mama don't like you. And like songs like that,
Yeah.
they mix up. Do you notice this stuff like in songs too? Do you notice
It
a lot?
is quite common in a lot of music. Like there's especially like in a lot of music I listen to, there's different like they use don't or they use like a different way of speaking that doesn't exactly make sense,
Right.
but it doesn't it don't matter, right? And
Yeah.
that's one of the common ones, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
No matter
like,
either.
in certain very casual uses or very informal uses, like music, for example, the grammar is not the important focus. The focus is often the meaning or the message, right?
Yes. Yes. Do you have is there any grammar that you yourself struggle with? Like,
Um, Nothing in particular comes to mind, but there's a lot of things where it's just like I get lazy with it, right? So it's
right.
like, especially when I'm like sending like a message, like what you up to, like oh, there's all these different slangs and ways of speaking
Yes.
that don't follow grammar rules. And I often find myself using that instead of actual proper grammar, especially when it's more shorthand, more casual, right?
Yes.
Not that I do, business meetings or anything. It's not really my thing, but
Yeah. So this is something that I thought is interesting to talk about. Like, there's a thing that I always tell people, why do you like I always ask people, why do you want to learn English?
right.
And there is a difference between like learning for a specific purpose, like I want to pass this interview. I want to have a better job. I want to communicate with the CEO of the company. And then I want to go to Disney World. I
Yeah,
want,
they're two very different things, right?
yeah. And
Right? Like there's conversation and like everyday use, and then there's I want to talk to my boss about this month's projections on sales and marketing or whatever people do in the business world, right?
exactly. Yeah. I was thinking about it. Who was I talking to? I don't know now, but I was talking to a student of mine that lives in the US. And then he was saying that his coworkers make some mistakes. And then
Hmm.
I was like, oh, you want to sound like a native speaker? So don't stop doing English classes. Like, stop taking classes because
Right.
you don't need to learn correctly. And
Yeah, you don't
and
need to learn the exact way that like
yeah,
there's certain rules that you learn that you can break, right?
yes, many. Yeah.
Many, right?
It's like you learn English to learn when not to use them.
Yes. Like
Yes.
there's certain situations where, right, you don't need to use certain language in that way. You can kind of just, as long as your point gets across, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like for
As long as you're being
example,
understood.
yeah, and that's step number one. You want to go a step beyond that and make sure you're correct most of the time. Absolutely, I'm not going to stop you, but the important thing is being understood. So,
Yeah.
like for example, I have one of my friends here. He lives in the house. He's from the Ukraine, and he speaks English, but he makes a lot of mistakes.
Okay.
Right. But I always understand him. So he's like, I don't. He's like, it doesn't matter. As you understand me, I understand you. What's the problem? And I'm like, fair enough, fair enough.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, if you ever want to pass a English exam, you'll need to actually know this.
But you know what I think too is that a lot of native speakers, when they want to pass an English exam, they also want to have to study. It's not
Yeah,
like I'm a native speaker. I'm going to do this test and I'm going to be fine. No.
yes, it takes a little practice.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like punctuations and words and what to use and actually the correct grammar.
yeah,
So I think it is important to learn grammar very much, but
yes,
you also need to relax a little and learn. But I think if you never learn the grammar, you'll never know when to drop it. you know?
right. Yeah, like you have to learn it so you know when and when not to use it. And that all comes through practice and all these things that, you piece together the puzzle slowly, right? And it's
Yeah,
something that is very complex,
true.
right?
So for me, it has always been fascinating understanding grammar and understanding the complexity of English. Like, oh,
Yes,
when I can and I should speak very, very nice and properly, and when I can just relax and be okay and cool and nobody will judge me, you know?
right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like there's lots of things, for example, that like for me, like in Portuguese, there's lots of times where it's like, oh, you need to use proper, and that's mostly when I go visit my family. They're very, you know, on the straight and narrow, very different from
Yeah.
me, honestly. And like I have to remember that I can't swear in front of them. I have to keep, I have to keep from using certain
Manners.
slang terms and
Have manners in front of your
certain
family.
certain manners, right? And I'm not used to that because most people I speak with, I'll use as much slang as I can because that's something that
Mhm.
I'm focusing on is learning the slang, right?
Yeah.
As I've mentioned in previous episodes. So when I go visit my family, it's like a whole different vocabulary that I have to avoid.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it might is like do you read Portuguese or English? Like do you
I
like a reader?
I'm trying to read my first book in Portuguese. I have it here somewhere, but I'm not really huge on reading. I have a very short attention span, so I have trouble actually sitting down and like actually reading a book. So
Okay.
like an example of that is this is a book written by my mother. This is her
Oh,
novel.
she's a
She's on the
writer.
back there. She's a
That's
writer,
nice.
yeah.
Cool.
And like I've had this book for a number of years and I've only got to chapter 8 even though it's her book because I just can't focus on it.
Yeah. Is it in
Right?
English or Portuguese? I didn't get
This
it.
one's in English.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll get like a few pages into it and then I'll get a message and then like I feel
Then
like if I want to focus on it I have to turn my phone off or something.
yeah.
Like
It's that's a topic for another video though, another
yeah.
week. But like are we able to leave our phones off for a whole day or like to sleep without it in the same room?
I don't think I could do it.
That's a struggle. I'm very, very much addicted to phones
And
and
I think especially since I live so far from so many people I know that it's like if I turn off my phone, I'm worried that they're gonna get worried about me or right.
yeah. Hi Flavia, nice to have you here. Hello. Nice
Hello, Flavia.
faces. Yeah, in my case, it's not that. It's like my family is here in my house with me. It's just I think I am. It's a problem, but that's a topic for another video. But that's
Yes.
what I struggle with. But going back to the grammar part, I don't know. I think like, do you feel that Brazilians are nice to you in
Yes, they are.
your Portuguese?
Yes. Because and then the thing is, recently people have stopped noticing that it's my second language, which is
Nice.
interesting
That's
because
cool.
it's like it's something I've tried to do, and they'll be like, "Oh," so I'll be talking to like my Uber driver, and they'll be like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, somewhere in the
North.
north, like
Up there a little.
up there, like far north, right?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, okay, sure,
Yeah,
sure."
I asked this because like I have get like recently I have been getting, I think once you get more people to follow you, you have more people to push you down. And
Right.
then I have had a couple of Americans actually that come to me and they're like, oh, this is off. Oh, no, you're saying this wrong. Oh, no, this is bad. This is this. And this happened just because there was a video of mine that went viral in the US.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw this. Like, I recorded a video in March this year. It went
Mhm.
viral in Brazil, safe. And
Okay. Yeah.
then and I don't know if you saw this video. It's like I was imitating, but in a fun, I was not just making fun of anybody's
Yeah,
accent.
like it was a skit.
Exactly, like talk like a native, like let's talk like a native. Like Brazilians want this, they wish this. So I took some videos of Texan girls or Alabama girls, and I
Mhm.
was imitating them. It's like really hard to understand what they're saying. So I was just
Yeah, I've seen the ones where they're like calling out their colleges or whatever.
and then like
Even I
in
could barely understand them, right?
it's like I don't even know what they're saying. I was just imitating their sounds. And then in July or August, the video went viral again in the US. And all the South people that were like feeling so attacked, they were like, "Oh, you can't even do the accent." I was like, "That is not the point." And they're like, "This is so bad. You're so mean. You're making fun of her accent. Oh, like go back to where you came from." I'm like, I am. And then there was one specific guy that was going through all my videos. And he's like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your pronunciation is off. Oh, your English is so bad. Oh, da, 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 da. And I was like, oh my God, I had never had so much hate coming from people that I don't know before. And then I was just thinking, like, I don't think Brazilians ever react that way towards
No,
foreigners.
probably not. But yeah, it's funny.
That
I
was
don't
awesome.
know. I feel like I've seen like a lot of Brazilians online and things, but it's not. They're definitely there's a different like angle on things, right?
Yeah.
There's a certain sense of camaraderie in Brazil where you all support each other, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why there's no translation for "tamo junto." There's no translation for that.
We were together.
Yeah, like I would never. You can't say that to someone in English. It doesn't exist
True.
because the concept of camaraderie like that doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, no, yeah. It's just like I feel you, or we're in the same
Yeah,
boat, but that's so business talk. It's just weird.
yeah, like well,
We're
yeah,
on the
business talk. You can use phrases like, "Yeah, let's circle back," whatever that means.
yes. Rewind. Thank
Yeah,
you, Flavia. She's wishing us a happy
yeah.
Teachers Day. Is
Thank
there a thing that do you have Teachers Day in Canada? Do you know?
I don't know. Oh, there's something in my eye. Give me a
Oh,
second.
yeah. I don't. There are so many. Brazil has a lot of holidays, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently there was something called Children's Day. I was unaware. I
Yeah.
went to the
It's on
bakery and there was like balloons and Mickey Mouse
October
and like
12th is every October 12th. So it's not about like a Sunday or a Monday or whatever. It's every October 12th.
every October 12th. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because I went to the bakery and there was just Mickey and Minnie Mouse there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Oh,
wanted to get a photo, but there was a lineup.
yeah. Like, yeah. And you're just way off the height, I think. It's just too
No, but
tall.
like, come on, like, I get my inner child out, get a picture with Mickey Mouse.
That was nice. Yeah. That's the nice thing about living in Sao Paulo. They have like these nice things. But going back to our topic, when do you think it's okay to drop your grammar and not be judged? Like, because I have a thing that if you speak very confidently and wrong, people won't judge you.
Yes, like there's a certain level of confidence, and
Yeah.
there is a certain level of like being comfortable with who you're speaking with,
Right.
right? So if
Yeah.
you're speaking with, some of your friends, people you've known for a long time, some family, then it's perfectly fine. But when
Mhm.
you're talking more with strangers or people you've just met, maybe you want to be a little bit more correct, right? And
Right.
that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
And
But it,
you don't want your first impression to be bad grammar, but
no.
after that, maybe you can just let it go a
Relax.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really honestly think that even if you have a bad grammar, but you sustain yourself, it's like
Mhm.
the person questions, like, did you say that? Like, did I hear it right?
Yeah.
You
It
know,
doesn't.
like, or maybe honestly, I don't think don't and doesn't is a big thing nowadays. Honestly,
I mean, yes and no. But like
it
there is
depends.
a correct way,
Yeah,
but like it doesn't really matter that much,
and
right?
also have and
Yeah.
has. Like, have you done it? Like, you done it. Or, for
Right.
questions, you can almost all the time, like mostly all the time, can drop it. Like,
Yeah, people
did it.
drop things all the time.
So it's like, yeah, so you did it. You're okay. You're doing it. Like instead of like inverting. So
Yeah.
there's things that when I'm teaching, sometimes I'm like, but I wish I just could tell them like, don't worry too much about it. It's not that.
Yeah, like don't stress too much. Yeah.
Yes.
Like one thing I was pushing with one of my students yesterday was the ED sound. And like I have a document specifically to teach the ED sounds. So like
Mm-hmm.
walked versus loved and
Mm-hmm.
versus decided, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
each ED has a different sound. And
Yes.
this is something for pronunciation. So if you want to be really correct and make sure that you're saying things correctly, absolutely you can study it. And my student wanted to sound correct all the time.
Good.
So I helped them, learn the
Yeah.
ED sounds.
Yeah.
But is it really that important in day-to-day speech? Are people going to, you know,
Not understand.
crucify you or something
Yeah.
for using the wrong ED sound?
No.
No. But if you want to sound more natural and you want to work on it, sure, it's something you can put a mild focus on, right?
True. Yeah. That's it actually. Like, what do you need it and what you want it for?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like
word,
if
professional.
you just want to go to Disney, don't worry about the ED sounds.
No.
If you want to immigrate to the US and live there long term, maybe
Word,
it's something you
have a
should,
professional career. Yeah.
yes, maybe
Then
it's something to put some focus on,
yeah.
right?
This is true. So, but what do you think helps with grammar?
Honestly, it's that's a tough question because it depends on the person.
Mm.
Certain people respond well to drilling, certain people use in our conversation classes, for example, that we have. And this is what I base a lot of my methodology on. So I will guide people through conversation, and when they make a mistake in their natural conversation, which I guide towards certain grammar topics,
Mm-hmm.
I then correct and explain, and then we go back and try it again with
Yeah.
different questions targeted around the same area, right? And that's
Yeah.
kind of the way I build speaking confidence, right?
It's nice. What works for me is that even here, when we're talking, I notice a lot things that I struggle with and I don't know what exactly how to say, and then you say it correctly. And then I
Yeah.
just pay attention. And that has helped me throughout my whole life. Like I learned by listening or by emulation or by whatever it is. But I
Yeah, like absorption kind of thing.
yes. And it's not
Immersion.
just by examples because it's not like I'm following somebody's example or like paying attention, but it also is actually. I see when other people are making mistakes and I learn from their mistakes and I
Yeah.
try to make the least mistakes that I can. And if I'm realizing like, okay, they correct me very subtly, but they did, and I got that.
Yeah. And that's something that has to be paid attention to because sometimes like I'll make a tiny correction and the student won't even notice.
Yeah, but I noticed.
Right. And it's like that's something that always has to be paid attention to. So
Yeah.
like me, for example, when I started spending time in Sao Paulo in 2016, I took 2 months of classes, right? Like it was 200 hours of study. It was a lot of study, right? But that supposedly got me to an A2 level,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
A2 to early B1, quote unquote,
Yeah.
right? And like from there, I just started practicing it, copying people that I was speaking with, picking up new words, and it was just through immersion after that. So I got the grammar base from the school,
Okay.
and then after that, it was just learning as I went, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's true. So yeah, so I think writing helps.
Hmm.
Reading, yes, very much. But
Yeah.
in my case, what really helped was listening a lot, but
Yeah.
listening with intention, like
Yes.
really listening and paying attention and trying to immerse myself in everything, like
Yes.
interviews. And I love making accents and like pretending that I'm somebody
Hmm.
else. Just like, what if, how, like, I think that helped a lot with the grammar. When I'm listening to British people, for example, like
Yes.
interview, they tend to speak in a more formal way, or it sounds more
Yes.
formal. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I have learned a lot of haves and has and hads with them. Listen,
Yes.
and it's the pronunciation is so different, and you can
Yeah.
really listen when they say something. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, why? Okay, like, so I was always focused and paying attention. I think that makes a lot of difference in throughout the like in the process of learning, not just
Yeah.
sitting down and writing exercise.
No, it's not as simple as, sitting down, writing, studying. There has to be like real conversation
Active,
and practicing and more passively, right? And
yeah,
that's very important. So for me, that passive practice was allegedly going to the bar and drinking 3 times a week.
active, right?
But
Active practice.
yeah, active practice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and like it should be something you should try to enjoy. It shouldn't be forcing yourself to speak to someone you don't like just because they speak English or something,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? It shouldn't be forcing yourself to go to conversation classes you don't like. And that's why I always try to make the classes enjoyable.
Mhm.
I tell little jokes. I try to make people enjoy the class, because if you don't enjoy it, not only will you
You
not
won't
come
learn.
back, you won't learn,
Yeah.
right?
So
You,
true.
right.
Yeah.
So enjoyment is almost as important as the actual content,
Mhm.
right? Like if
And
you're not enjoying the class, it's not going to work.
if I could recommend something to people listening, um, would be listen to music,
Hmm.
listen to podcasts,
Yes.
listen to interviews, and try to use the expressions people are using. Try to
Yes.
substitute words, like instead of saying the same thing all over, like all the time, try to change it. For example, you say a lot, quote unquote.
Yes. Which is entre aspas.
Exactly. And I say a lot, entre aspas, in Portuguese, but I don't say quote unquote ever. It still hasn't felt okay, like
Right.
natural to me.
Like is
It's
yeah.
something that I'm trying too hard. I'm trying to fit in, quote unquote, in my life yet. I haven't yet. So I don't
Right.
use it. But sometimes I'm like, if I say to myself, because I talk to myself so much and by myself and to
Yes.
myself,
And that's a
like,
big part
oh,
of learning for me actually. So
and
I'd be like trying to talk to myself, and then I'd realize, oh, I don't know how to say this thing I just said to myself in Portuguese.
yeah,
And then I'd be like, okay, what's the word? What's the word? I need to know.
yes.
Right.
Yes. It took me a long time to get comfortable with a lot of words because I didn't know how to make them my words, Because
Right.
like if I start just saying quote unquote, I feel like I'm just copying you, right?
Hmm.
So for it to become a thing that is natural to me, I just have to feel it and become natural. So I haven't yet.
Yes.
So I
Right.
listen a lot, and that's what I recommend people to do. Like listen to
Yeah.
things, music,
And,
podcasts.
and another part of that is learning what your like different tonal changes are. So I can be like, maybe, right? Like there's a different tone that I use for these different things, and that's
Mhm.
different
Yes,
in
yes, yes,
Portuguese than it is in English. Right? I don't
yes.
use the same tones of voice. Everything's all
It's
different.
it's a different personality.
It
I
is.
I feel, yeah. I am
Yes.
a little bit more snob in English. I
Really? Okay.
think so.
Okay. Let's see. How am I different in Portuguese? I think I'm a little more free in Portuguese. So like certain things just don't make sense in English. So like this, for example,
Do your
right?
job so much
Do your
nicer.
jumps
Yeah.
is part of a bigger, like, I don't want to say philosophy, but like it's kind of a metaphor for like everything in my life,
Okay.
because it's like this does not make sense in English, even though it's in English,
Yeah, I
which
get
is
it.
kind of the whole point, right? Because it's like
Mhm.
my life doesn't make sense in Canada where people speak English, even though it's my native language. So this is in my native language, but doesn't make sense in my native language.
Literal translations.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but in Brazil, everyone understands it as long as they understand what the three words mean.
Well, what I find funny is that literal translation is give your jumps, and why
Yes.
just go to do your jumps is I
So,
don't understand.
it's also a meme, actually.
Yeah, but like, who made this meme? Just thought in English to do something Portuguese, but still doesn't make
Change
sense in
give
English.
to do.
Exactly, but it still made sense in English and still doesn't. Like
It makes more sense than give, but it makes less sense
it
than.
doesn't.
It
Yeah,
still doesn't make sense, right?
yeah. It's just
It is,
like that's not how
yeah.
the saying goes, but that's how the meme goes. So now it is.
I don't know. It's also in Comic Sans, which is part of it as well. Like, it's supposed to be very unserious.
Yes, Comic Sans is sense.
Comic
Yeah,
Sans, yes.
Comic Sans.
It's the most unserious font that you can get.
Yes,
So I
and
think
that
the
is
next one is going to be on my feet. It's going to be There is Floor.
there is floor. Tem chão? No,
Think
vai.
that
What is
doesn't
there?
make sense in English.
No, but what is in Português? Tem
Oh,
chão.
tem chão, there is floor, tem chão.
Mas o
Tipo,
que é
tem
tem
chão
chão?
pela frente.
Oh,
There is floor, okay?
tem chão. Yes.
I'll say there is floor on my feet. Probably not. I'll hold off on that one for now.
Oh my
But
God, that's there's so many. There's so many you could
yeah,
use.
and then maybe the life snake was one another one. You
The
know?
life snake, yeah. Yeah, a vida cobra, which it makes no sense. But yeah,
Well,
no.
I
And
think it's a
one of it.
it's not actually snake. It's a different verb that is cobra.
Exactly.
Right?
So this for me was like is the worst because this is actually no. But even if it's like the life charges, it's still not.
It still doesn't make sense.
It's still
So
not okay. Yeah.
yeah.
But about like there's so just going a little bit back, it's not about grammar, but it's about the naturality of speaking.
Hmm.
I remember I when I arrived because I went to the US when I was 24 years old
Hmm.
already, and I had started traveling when I was 15. So I
Hmm.
had been traveling for 9 years already when I got there, and my English was all over the place.
Yeah.
And I had learned English by mirroring. And
Hmm.
after, like, I don't know, after years, I read somewhere that that's actually a very good way for you to communicate with people because people are interested in themselves. So if
Right.
you are talking to somebody like as a mirror, they are more interested in you. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, I was doing this even without knowing. So I had a very good friend from Australia. And my biggest compliment ever was when she asked where in Australia I was from. I was like,
Oh.
oh, my world was like, boom. I thank you, but I'm actually Brazilian. And she was like, what? Because I had been with her working for 2 days. And we
Hmm.
were just talking. And the way she was talking, I started talking to her the way she was talking
Right.
because my English was just by ear. So
Yes.
I was very sensitive to changing accents because I didn't have an accent of my own because I'm
Hmm.
Brazilian. I didn't have English. I learned on the streets.
Right. All
So
different parts of the world. So it's just there's no.
so it was very it's like it fluctuates, like goes
Yeah.
everywhere like water. And then I was talking to her the way she was talking to me, and by what she was saying I was getting, and then she was so okay, and she was like, okay, where in Australia you're from? I was like, oh, Thank you. And then I was like, now I'm very much snob. So I
Yeah, I
was talking
mean,
to a lot
yeah,
of people in different accents. And then when
yeah.
I got to the US, it was a struggle because I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just mixing everything all together is big.
Where are you from? They were like, I can't, I can't guess. I was like, Brazil. They were like, what? No.
Because everything is like all like it's half American, half Australian, half
Like
British.
Polish. They guessed I was Polish. I was like from Eastern Europe. I was everywhere. But
Right.
and I think this helps, with the grammar, with the speaking, with the accent, with the pronunciation, because you
Yeah.
get from everybody. And then
Yeah.
you kind of polish and make it your own.
Yeah, like for me, the joke was like when I first started, I always tried to fake the accent I was hearing.
Yep.
Right?
That
Like
works.
I just would copy as close to it as I could to
Yeah.
faking the accent that I was hearing here in Sao Paulo. Right? Actually, funny enough, the school is just up the street. But
Okay.
so I faked that, and then by the time I finished the course, I had more or less a Paulistano accent,
Nice.
right? And people were like, "How do you speak like that?" I'm like, "I just faked it, and then after a while, it became natural. Like it just
Fake until you make it. That's the saying.
exactly, right? I
True.
literally just faked this accent that I was hearing until eventually it became my accent, and then, I mean, it's not perfect, but
But you're just here for what, a year?
it's been a year. Yeah, like I came here 6 months the first time, then a month and a half, then 3 months, and then now it's been a year.
Yeah, and you have one of the best Portuguese that I've heard from like foreigners, like an English speaker foreigner. Because
Yeah,
I think it's easier if you're like Italian or Spanish or you have like a mulatto stuff, but you're just Canadian.
yeah. It's quite funny. It's something I focused very very much on to make, like, it's very purposeful. It's very very intentional.
Yeah,
Right?
awesome. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, I think the ones that are listening, because now the podcast is in the app,
Ah,
students to listen to, so it's good. They can listen to it at any time. But yeah, so it's a recommendation. Just keep listening, keep
mhm.
talking to yourself, look into the mirror and fake it and
Yeah.
exaggerate it.
Yes, that was a big thing for me. Was talking to myself, and then I don't know a word. Okay, let me look it up. What's the word?
Or be curious,
Right.
go after
That's
stuff.
part of it. I'd be like, I'd be talking to myself in Portuguese, be like, eu preciso colocar o livro no. How do I say shelf? And then I realize,
Yeah.
and then I look it up. Okay, prateleira. Right?
Yes. Or estante.
Huh? Never heard that one.
Estante.
Estante. I've never heard this one.
It's more common to say livro na estante do que livro na prateleira.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's easier, I think. Estante is shelf.
What is there a difference between prateleira
I have
and
to Google now.
estante?
I don't know. Like I would call this. Is this a prateleira or estante?
There's two different words for shelf.
Estante ou prateleira? I really have to Google because I don't know. Uma estante é móvel completo e maior. Oh. Yeah. So prateleira are shelves. Like usually you put the book on top, and estante is like
It's like a bookcase.
One.
It's like a bookcase.
Bookcase. There you go.
A bookcase, a bookshelf. Something
Yeah.
like a piece of furniture that you actually put your books in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't have one of those, so I
This-
just have this shelf here.
Like a estante, but it's like a hanging one.
Yes.
A shelf.
But
It's not just
So
a
like,
shelf.
estante is more specific for books, or
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There is even a song like O Livro. I don't know the song, but I think the name of the song is O Livro na Estante.
O livro
So,
na estante. Well, I know there's a song called "The Book Is on the Table," but that's a whole
but
different thing.
that's just, I don't know where that came from. Mas é o livro na mesa. I have no idea why. Well, I'm
No,
translating.
apparently, "The Book Is on the Table" is like one of the phrases they teach in Brazilian public schools.
Oh, yeah.
So it's how they teach on versus in. They'll use the
Okay,
book
good.
is on the table,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Apparently they teach very basic things like the verb to be and the book is on the table.
Yeah,
And then,
that's so old. Like this saying is so old that I didn't even know where it came from. But yeah, it makes
yes,
total
that's what my cousin was telling me. I'm like, what is this thing about the book is on the table? I keep hearing it.
Yeah. Okay, so
But yeah.
just to finish this estante prateleira thing. Prateleira is just one shelf, like that one you have in the corner.
Okay.
It's tiny shelf, tiny prateleira. And estante is a set of shelves.
Okay. So it's shelving.
Yes. Or
Okay.
a bookcase, which goes like from the floor up.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I'll have to write that down.
Yes. Estante. Estante.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, the tattoo has also become a thing where it's like, if they don't understand the tattoo, they won't understand me, because this is very much my sense of humor, very much my thing. Like if you don't get why this is supposed to be funny, you probably won't understand half the jokes I tell. Right?
Nice. But I think this is nice of making tattoos. Like this is actually you. You're not just making it just because.
No, it's not just random things.
It makes sense to you.
It makes sense to me, and it's part of like my
inner crazy thoughts.
Maybe personality, character.
Character. My character is a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your jumps is my character. Well, no, but it's a part of
it's like part of my, I don't want to say methodology. Methodology is not the word. It's like my what's the word for
comic or comedy?
No, for like not psychology, like my metaphor for life kind of thing. It's like my,
yeah, I understand where you're going.
There's a word.
I'm
in both
now
languages.
I got the methodology. And now I got
it's not methodology. It's not methodology.
Like
it's like my
life trajectory, not trajectory.
No, hold on. Like philosophy.
Yeah.
Part of my philosophy for life kind of thing.
Okay, life philosophy. Do your jobs.
Yes, more or less, right?
Yeah, it's a part of it.
It's part of the philosophy, the greater philosophy of what I believe my life should be. Right?
And maybe there is floor is another part of it.
Yeah, maybe there is floor, the life snake, right? Because there's specific things. It's not just like random things that don't make sense. They don't make sense, but also they have significant meaning for me, right? Yeah. So the life snake is to always remember that there's consequences, right?
Right.
Because that's because the life snake, if you try to translate it, it's like life has consequences.
Right. Yes. Right. But I think it's like a mess. So it's like chaos, but there's a meaning in it. And there's
like chaos with meaning, right?
Yes.
So this is almost chaotic, right?
It is, but it's
the way this came about is I went to the bar one day and I was talking to my friends and they showed me the meme. One of my friends, his name is Guilherme. He showed me the meme, right? And then he explained to me what it means, and I'm like, I should, right? And then I was thinking about it, and then one of my other friends, who's technically like a coworker of mine, sort of, not really. He wrote it in permanent marker on my arm.
Oh.
Right? When I was at the bar, right? He wrote it on my arm, and then by the end of the night, I'm like, next time it's gonna be more permanent.
Oh, right? Okay.
And then he was like, I don't believe you. You're not gonna do it, right? And then like I come back 2 weeks later, and it's like on my arm.
This is permanent. Oh,
this is permanent. This is not coming off, right? Like it washed off, and then a week later, it was permanent.
Ideas that come from a bar, it's not always the best, but sometimes they work.
Sometimes they work. And
Yeah.
actually, the guy that came up with the idea originally does not like the tattoo. He thinks it was a little bit silly. But
But that's not it.
since I've explained the specific
Yeah.
way and why I chose to do it, he understands, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, but also it can be silly for him. It's not on his arm.
No, exactly. Like he finds it kind of silly, but he's like, it's very you. Like, I get it.
It's like, are you calling me silly? You're like, take it. Real.
And I'm like, I take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Well, I better take it as one.
Yeah.
It was great as always. I will see you guys, people listening, and you yourself.
Yes.
Next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes. We are here on a Wednesday, but our podcast day is on Tuesday.
Yeah, so Tuesday at 1:30. Yes.
1:30 next Tuesday. And stay tuned to know the topic. We'll reveal
yes. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Liam.
Bye.
Bye, guys.